Good early morning. Yeah. So I was supposed to get this out yesterday. Trying to switch up my schedule a little bit, so I went to bed a little bit early. But we're gonna run through the market real quick and kind of see what's going on, and then we will move forward from that. All right. Let's move into the S&P. So right now, I would say things are getting a little bit too hot. If you look at markets right now, we're kind of pressuring some vital resistances, right? Markets recovering too fast. So some of you will be like, well, that's a good thing. This and that. No. I would say under the current economic strain, it's not a good thing for markets to recover this fast because typically a fast recovery is people trying to short cover. For those of you who don't know what short covering is, it means that people are trying, not people, market makers are trying to make up losses. So they're pretty much pumping the markets with liquidity in the essence to take that liquidity back plus your liquidity that you're jumping in on top with. Anybody late to the move, you're late to the move at the end of the day. If you're looking to take this pump, I don't think it's the best idea. I think like from a macro perspective, you'll see lows again. We'll see if there'll be lower lows or if there'll be higher lows, but you'll still see lows again at the end of the day. With the S&P, the S&P is kind of like your signal for the overall market. So this means that the overall market is extremely FOMOed, right? They did the same thing over here. They FOMOed in really hard over here and got shut down, right? FOMOed in really hard right here, then got shut down. FOMOed in really, really, really hard over here, and this big FOMO right here could lead to a deeper position, right? That'd be really bad for a lot of things. S&P drops down hard. We could see some pretty bad scenarios. Um, Ideally, for right now, I'd like to see the S&P kind of remain at higher lows. I think this will still bring us, pretty far down in crypto as well as other assets. So that's kind of ideally what I'd like to see. We look at Ethereum, just like we spoke about last time. Ethereum's already, very, very, very overheated. Not only is it overheated, now it's actually starting to curve up here, which is what I want to see, right? We've got the SMA literally getting ready to push the high of the RSI. I know indicators are lagging, right? But at the end of the day, for me, I'm getting a lot of flashing red signals that it is not time to be hopping into a lot of assets. We got the stochastic way overheated up here too. Fu Manchu itself, you can see the money flow. Look at this! Look at this huge money flow. It's like the last hurrah before we see the dump. We got the green money flow on the bottom. We got the bigger move on the top. I would be really careful, man. Man, if I were in Ethereum and I you guys, look, I told you guys the other day, don't tell me, don't ask me later if you should sell your ETH. Okay, I told you guys the other day. Especially once it starts dropping. BTCD, right? Still in a full reversal. I'm expecting it to come all the way back down to where it started. Insanity, complete insanity. I don't know what to really make of this. I was expecting a breakout over here. Nope, just keeps dropping. And again, I told you guys this last time. I really think this is like an altcoin season, aka a liquidation of the market. Anytime they do an altcoin season, it's a last hurrah before they take everything. They did the same thing on the previous tops on Bitcoin, for instance. Longs again. Look, they're already starting to come down on Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's about to get liquidated on these longs, which means the market's about to go short, which is really bad because Bitcoin hasn't really made a lot of moves, right? See the candle right here from yesterday literally get shut down. We could see price pull back and then try and work its way back up, but I mean, a lot of things are kind of starting to curve over. Fu Manchu money flow is the selling money flow. It looks like it's weakening. But we got that higher influx of money. It's really concerning the way the market is moving right now. Stochastic saying all metrics are overbought. So again, you measure your stochastic against your RSI. Stochastic usually rules over the RSI. Right now, stochastic saying way overbought. RSI, it is what it is wherever it's at. But we have room, but we also have a lot more room to the downside than we have to the upside. Above the 50, we're kind of like at that 75% point, and then we got like 25% of room left. Again, it's risk to reward. Be extremely careful. ADA. So we talked about ADA. ADA literally just popped out of the pennant. Now, again, I know Nick's talked about this in the past. I think it's a really good perspective. These pop outs, we could be looking at here, we could be looking at here, but ultimately, ADA is it popped out to break down, right? That's all it is at the end of the day. I mean, we can even kind of readjust this. I just hate readjusting my pennants. I like to keep them as is, as they were, right? Just to kind of keep that true form. So, and it allows me to kind of stay level headed and not continuously adjust to be able to, fit my biases. I still think ADA here is a breakdown. And I think ADA is coming down to 26 cents first and potentially 15. All right. Let's move into now. Again, there's still the argument. We still have some room, right? They could try and finish out the move to the upside. That would bring us up pretty far. We could see a move all the way up to 75, 76 cents, maybe $1 if they really get the markets fumbled. But ultimately, I think the goal is to go deeper. All right, let's move into Matic. Again, another one of those. Look, just popped out. Right? Just got over $1. I told you guys this could happen, right? I told you guys they might go for the $1.24 here. I think that's still a possibility. It'll be $1.24, maybe $1.06, something like that. We got solid resistance in this zone too. So be careful with a lot of these, man. They've already blew up so much, they're gonna cool down. You're gonna get a better entry. So if you're looking for a long-term position, just relax a little bit. Solana to me was supposed to be a breakdown into a breakout. So now I think it's going to be a breakout into a breakdown, which will be, could bring just Solana deeper, could allow it to kind of stay in the zone. So we're already above the resistance here. So we could really pop on Solana. Solana could really shoot up, anywhere from 60 all the way up to $80. Google, again, it's all about managing your risk to reward, right? Google finally broke out of its bearish pretty much consolidation zone, right? And now let's say it's moving for the highs. First stop here is 125, and then 135 if it can keep pushing. Again, RSI just broke above the 50. Google has a lot of room to go. I mean, I think that our last stop will be 135. We can see the markets really rally before they end up liquidating everybody. This is actually crazy. Like, the market's insanity right now. We have Disney. Unsustainable. Completely unsustainable for Disney. Already hit resistance, pulling back. Disney got above almost all of its resistances. Pushing. Again, these are the kind of things that are pushing up the S&P right now. These are the kind of things, unsustainable moves, especially for the traditional market. We got Amazon right here pushing up against resistance. I did tell you guys, look. I literally have the pullback move right here. This is my expectations. I don't think this is sustainable in the least on a lot of these. There's never really been a move like this until they actually started injecting the economy with money, which they are not doing right now. So because they're not injecting the economy with money, there's no possibility that these moves are real. All right, these moves are going to end up pulling back. Lucid, if we were getting an injection of money, I could see that as possibly more realistic, right? Again, I've pointed this out to you multiple times. I think Lucid's going to break out of this consolidation zone. So really good one to keep your eyes on if you guys are looking for a big move that hasn't really moved yet. Adobe already breaking out, pushing for its highs. I already got your OB right here. We're hitting the top of the OB right here. Here's the concerning part, right? That a lot of people keep missing is the 2-year. 2-year just blew up, slightly pulled back, and I think the 2 years are going to blow up again. So the bond market is literally flashing, and what we mean by flashing is the bond market saying we don't think this is real, and the stock market's just like yeah, and just FOMOing in. That's basically what's happening right now. So when the bond market flashes the stock market, you need to be careful, because if the bond market flashes the stock market, that's basically, the bond guys are saying no, the stock market's saying yeah. The bond guys, you guys are probably like, well, they're bond guys. No, the bond guys are stock guys. So that means a good portion of the market is not feeling healthy nor safe about the current moves. And you see right here, I had the wedge here, right? I showed where it was going to break out. It came back, broke out, and it came back and rested perfectly on the wedge. And I think it's going to take off from here. 385. So the 2-year flashing like this is really bad. Tulip. Oh, this is what I'm watching. So I think Tulip's going to do a nice pop here. I think Tulip's going to come all the way up and maybe even hit these highs of $5.15. This is the pop I was talking to you guys about. We're going to see Twitter. Look, whenever Twitter's getting ready to reach its all-time high, expect the markets to dump. Because Twitter's going to go boom, hit its all-time high, and it's going to break. It's probably going to break the bottom of this wedge. I was expecting this, right? And I was expecting a big move up into a huge move down. This will take a while for it to happen with Twitter. All right, moving into oil. Oil's not bearish. Not bearish. Not like people are saying. We're still holding above our OB over here. So, yeah, nothing wrong with oil. Oil's still moving up. BNB still pamping, holding its bear channel. Hasn't broken out yet. I don't know what's up with Shopify. Shopify is a good pick though. Shopify big down big on the year. Down big on the year. Can definitely see more losses. 2/3 of its price if it gets down here. Right now, my expectations would be that 30 is a good price to pick up right now, and then if it moves lower, you can always add to that position. Oh, there goes my Netflix. All right, moving into the dollar. Dollar's still not bearish. Still not bearish. Holding above, right? Holding above. And really, I think the dollar's getting ready to break out again. We got the down move, right? The down move. The market makers going short to go long, right? Going short to go long. That's what it looks like to me. We're getting a slowdown in the drops, big wicks, right? Big buying pressure. We could see a big move for the dollar here soon. Let's move into CNY. So this is Chinese yuan. Hasn't really moved out of zone. Stayed exactly where it was at last time. Really concerning on that part too. ETH BTC. So something really crazy. ETH BTC is about to top, right? You're probably like, what do you mean by top? So what I mean by top is this has been its consolidation zone below this position, right? And so it came up here, hit, came back up, broke out, fell back under, right? Fell back down. And now we've had all this growth against Bitcoin. Does that in the least bit look sustainable? Not at all. ETH, no way ETH's going to outpower Bitcoin like that. And you're probably like, well, maybe it's different. Please, no, it's not different. We've talked about different. That's the worst sentence that most people can say. Dot expectations 1080 and then possibly 1186. So some growth, not too much. XRP, I think XRP it's one of the better looking ones. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of room to run on XRP if it goes all the way up to 46 cents, right? From 37. So it's like a good 25% gain. 30, somewhere in there. 2-year, 10-year. So remember we talked about the RSI, undervalued, overvalued. Look at the 210. Extremely undervalued. Should be concerned when you see that kind of stuff. Let's see here. If you look here at the stochastic, extremely undervalued. We could see a move on this. Right? So I'm looking for this to try and recover, but it could also stay here. So this right here is what we call a yield curve. See 2000 over here? We're basically at the same level as 2000. That's really, really bad. Like if you think 07, 08 is bad, the dot-com bubble is pretty bad. And then we got our drop over here from 88, 89. And then we got, over here in the 70s. So these were kind of more of the historical bad portions of the market. And if you look here, we could sit down here for a long time. So we can see markets really suffer for months on end. All right. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin again. We're getting a good pullback right now. Could see a pop. I'm just looking for a fast move. That's it. It's a fast move. All of a sudden Bitcoin just goes boom. Everybody freaks out, says the market's back, and then I'm looking for the pullback from there. But that's what I'm looking for right now. I I think a lot of markets need to cool down. Bitcoin does have the room for that, though. Bitcoin does have the room for that. I think that money that went into Ethereum and all these alts is going to get liquidated, pulled out of the market, and shoved into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to make the pop. It might make a couple more moves to kind of match the alts, right? So you get up here to 31K range, maybe 32K range. I don't think they go any further than that. I don't think they get up in these range. And then from there, I think things tank again, right back down. So there's room to the upside, but potential they're gonna get wrecked. AMD again, another unsustainable move. Not sustainable in the least. You're starting to see the slowdown right now in AMD. AMD just got above the 50. A lot of these look like false moves. They look like they're getting above the 50 and they're gonna drop right back down to the floor. You got the stochastic saying we ever bought. BYND Beyond Meats still trapped, not moving, can't get out of that bottom. This is one of the worst performance stocks out there. Harmony One, lots of FUD, love it. This is the things that's gonna make it pop, right? Harmony One at one point got down to one, almost half its price, right? I think Harmony could probably run up to like 61 cents. Again, alts because of ETH, I wouldn't be too bullish on alts. I'd be very careful. Clover, somebody brought this to me. I showed you last time. Look, still trapped underneath that zone, not really moving out of it. I was expecting them to break out. It looks like they're starting to work their way in. They could get above this, this move. So we'll see what happens at the end of the day. This is swing low of the previous one. All right. K and C still holding that zone. You can see right here I got them lined out. Looking for a break above and moving into that like 220 range, 223. If we can get above 181. Hero. I'm expecting to move on here. I know it sounds crazy. I showed you right here. Look, I'm expecting a big move on here. It's got the potential. When you look at the consolidation area, when you look at the RSI, when you look at stochastic, everything's there, right? You got red waves moving down. You got selling pressure. I think this is gonna pop, right? A big move. So I would look at here as a potential, buy. I know it sounds crazy, but it could go above a penny, which would be big. Big money. All right. Neo, EV company, meh, so far Neo is kind of holding its own. It's a Chinese EV. We've got that mid zone right here. I would like price to come back to that mid zone if I'm gonna get in, which is around that 1236 price. If we can't get that, I'm not interested. You see here we got lower lows. So this thing should tank. Technically, we're getting heavy bounce on the lower lows. We talked about this before. So we're getting that big bounce. We could see more build though. Again, these right here, typically that A, B, C, right? So that's what you're looking at with these. Just so you guys know what that looks like. A, B, and a lower C, right? That's your move. So that's usually a reversal pattern slash move, right? So we've got the move back up, and usually this will end up coming crashing and burning at some point. Those ABCs though, they tend to make big moves. Hot, we had the trend reversal over here for hot. Right now, RSI still kind of hanging out right over here, so not too overbought. Stochastic back to the 50. I want to see that stochastic come back down here to the low. Doesn't matter where the RSI goes. I think the RSI be at the 50 by then, and I think they're gonna make a move on hot up to 003714. Hot is hollow. All right, moving into ApeCoin. Ape. Expectation is still down for Ape. I could see Ape coming down to the 50. Stochastic should come down to 0. We start seeing that. Ape will probably come down to like $5.70. Yeah, I think 570, anywhere from 650 to 570. And then if we see that, we'll probably be looking at a reversal for upside. We'll probably get a big pop for Ape. Everything's just it's in that pop mode where it just wants to go, you know. And then once it moves, then it's over. That's it. It's not going to move beyond that. So don't hold those positions. Outside of that, that's what I would say we got going on in the market. Kyber's moving in that circular pattern back up. I was expecting an ABC here. I did kind of get it right. Like if you look here, no, it's kind of like a double bottom. I didn't really ABC here. I wanted that lower low because that would have really gave Kyber that big move up, right? We didn't get that. We're getting a circular pattern right here, but there's not really a lot of interest. We got some green money flow here on the Fu Manchu. We got some price moving back up. It could definitely move off of this, and then, but I think the high here is probably around $2 roughly. So $1.70, $2, not getting big move. So I wouldn't be too interested in Kyber on that part. Like if I'm looking for a move to get in, get out. But I think Kyber's consolidation in the zone is really interesting. So I think like Kyber could be like a long term buy in this area, right? That's a really good consolidation zone for Kyber. I think Kyber is getting accumulated. It is definitely getting accumulated. Look at this zone right here. This is the low, so it could come down to these lows, but this is a good accumulation zone. You can see right here, it's pretty solid. You get big pops out of this zone, so um, could be a good long term buy, or even to hold it until it pops and then take it out. I didn't see significant losses on these drops, which is really really good. Because think of it like this: where is it? Where is it? May, June, July brought us right back to our end of year valuations from last year. We are still in that zone. So Kyber, from a long term perspective, if you're picking this coin up, I think this is the buy zone right here. Like this dollar something. This is a solid buy wall at the lower end. For almost a year, right? Roughly over a year. So definitely a good buy for Kyber. I think this will be a good one to put in your long term portfolio if you're into Kyber. All right. Well, that is the